time to go.
Wow, everyone got here so early.
The sun is shining bright today. As soon as that leaf floats past Stonegate, we shall reveal today's poetry theme. The theme of the second day of the neighboring nation's congenial poetry gala is...
Pairing couplets. Oh, I've heard of that. It's a Liyue art form where you have to create new lines of poetry based on fixed rules.
Heaven and earth, rain and wind, the endless sky and the boundless land, forest borers and ocean shrimp, lavender melons and matsutake shrooms. Based on a given line of poetry, you must create the second line to form a pair, or couplet. As long as you take inspiration, the two lines should be neatly matched, complementing each other both semantically and rhythmically. In essence, it's just like most... To buoy your imaginations and allow the winds of inspiration to fill your sails, we've added an additional component.
An inspiration walk?
By inspiration walk, we simply mean wandering around in the wild, taking in the scenery and pocketing any poetic thoughts. Of course, to all our friends, old and new, please be careful while out and about. Wangsheng Funeral Parlor is already fully booked for the month ahead, and if there's any more demand, I'll be the...
In short, please roam freely as the mood takes you. Enjoy the spectacular scenery of our two beautiful nations. Traveler, can you round up Xingqiu, Chongyun, and the Mondstadt contingent? I have a favor to ask.
Oh, is it that thing from yesterday?
Thanks. So, we hope that each of you can keep an eye out for this while you're...
Are you sure this is okay? It was just something I ran into, and now we're imposing my business.
Oh, please don't say that, Mr. Chongyun. Master Jean ordered us to work with you however we can to improve cooperation. Helping each other out is exactly what we're here for.
Besides, investigating any strange occurrences near Mondstadt and making a report to the Knights of Favonius is also part of our job.
I don't mind either, because while we're out, I can look for new cocktail ingredients too. Just think of it like an outing with friends. It'll be fun.
The way I see it, you should just humbly accept their will.
All right. In that case, thank you all very much. I will be sure to repay your kindness someday.
Now, how about we split into two groups for the day?
You mean to cover more ground?
Not just that. Don't forget, this is still part of the Poetry Gala. If we all see the same sights and sounds during our inspiration walk, how can we write unique poems?
That's true. But how do we decide who goes in which group?
Why don't we draw lots?
Yeah! That'll make things even more fun.
Drawing lots? But what if I end up with the Liyue crowd, and I can't think of anything to say to them?
I've got the slips of paper here. Who wants to go first?
Oh, Paimon! Paimon wants to go first!
Okay, so that's the Traveler, Paimon, Diona, and Chongyun in one group, and Xingqiu, Mika, and Noelle in the other.
What a relief. At least I'll have no...
Then I humbly place myself at your instruction.
Oh, I don't think... that...
I also await your guidance.
Take care, everyone. See you all tonight.
Did anyone forget to bring anything? If not, then...
Wow. Are those ears and tail real? So fluffy. All right. Miss Diona, is there some place in particular you're...
Just call me Diona. Since we're trying to find that thing you saw, why don't we start with the place you saw it last time?
Sure. Then, everyone, follow me.
Into the wind!
Time to go.
My apologies. Go as one.
Wind strider.
Fuse is lit.
Right over there, next to the water. That's where I saw it. But it was a little...
The view from here is great, but there's kind of a gloomy atmosphere around here.
I wasn't taking a walk. I come here to train.
Train? Like how knights train for combat?
It's a bit different. As an exorcist of Liyue, my training involves practicing techniques for the exorcism of evil spirits.
Exorcism?
I've always wanted to demonstrate the power of exorcism, but... it's a pity. I've never actually gotten the chance.
Changyun is 1 in a million. He has pure yang spirit, so as soon as he gets close, evil spirits... Huh? Isn't that a good thing?
It's awful. Have you ever heard of an exorcist that's never seen an evil spirit? A lot of people think I'm a fraud because of this condition of mine.
Your physical constitution is far rarer than the techniques still passed down by exorcists today. You should
Conqueror of demons.
Is that a friend of yours? Yep, this is Xiao, an adeptus of Liyue. An adeptus? Wow, I've never seen one of those before. Hello, Mr. Adeptus?
just call me Shao.
So, are you here to train too? Are you
When I heard about the exorcist's encounter, my suspicions were roused. I've already informed the owner of the inn. If you see anything out of the ordinary, return immediately and leave it to me.
I'm really sorry.
I have already patrolled the area and found nothing amiss. Either the anomaly you encountered was no evil spirit.
I guess that means we came all this way for nothing.
If there's no other business, I'll be taking my leave now.
Yeah, you should come. There's no one else around here anyway, so you don't need to worry.
But
I would also be honored if you joined us, Adeptus Shao. It is a rare opportunity, and I have many questions about exorcising evil spirits that I would like to ask you.
fine.
Seems like this Adeptus is pretty shy. Or maybe Changyun as a new member! Yay!
What? When did this become my team? Now that Adeptus Shao is joining us...
Don't overthink it! Diona, didn't you say you wanted to find some new ingredients? Yeah, I don't get to come to Liyue very often, so I want to gather some new ingredients while... I've heard that Liyue's Jueyun chilies can set your throat on fire. Is that true?
Uh-huh. Julian chilies. I'm not sure that would taste fair.
Really? Perfect! Let's go pick a whole bunch.
What the...
As well as Jueyun chilies, I also need some slime condensate or loach pearls.
Are those really fit for human consumption? This is starting to sound like something Shangling would make.
Useless.
Swift and merciful!
I'm a rock! Huh, I'm here. Go! Okay, this should be enough.
Diona, you seem really committed to, me.
What? No, never! I hate alcohol! When grown-ups drink too much, they get that stupid drunk look on their faces, can't speak clearly, and don't even respond properly. Sometimes they just sleep on the So, I'm on a mission to mix the most disgusting drink in the whole world and show everyone just how awful alcohol really is. Nothing can stand in my way.
Is it really worth all that effort?
Yeah, because all my previous efforts have failed. Those stinking booze hounds not only haven't woken up to the truth of how bad alcohol is, they even keep praising my drinks.
But how is that possible? If this is the kind of stuff you're throwing...
Are you calling me a liar? Well, if you don't believe me, I'll fix...
No.
Just you wait.
Oh no. Is she really going to add those Jueyun chilies?
If her claims are true, perhaps she too possesses a unique constitution of some kind.
I don't see how it could have anything to do with her. Unless...
No. I sense no trace of the demonic in her. Although there are traces of something else. In Liyue, we might say this child has adeptal affinity.
It's ready. Here, I made one for Xiao too.
Oh boy.
What's wrong? You're not alert, don't worry. There isn't even any alcohol in it. It's a slime condensate base.
Surely there's no way this can... Xiao downed it in a single gulp. Oh, great. Oh.
Changyan drank his too.
This drink is...
Delicious! It does have a touch of Jueyun chili, but it isn't at all overpowering. It's completely different from Xiangling's cooking or those drinks Xingqiu makes to mess with me. It's crisp and refreshing, with just a hint of numbness, and the Jueyun chili flavor combines with the smooth but not slimy texture of the frog. And oh, the slimes! Can we talk about the slimes? Before this, I never knew that they had such a pure and herby taste, like fresh grass after the rain. The power and purity of nature distilled into a cup. Amazing!
That's right. Slimes are absolutely... Oh, I failed again. But wait.
I'm great, and I gotta try another. Diona, if you please, one more. I'm sorry. I can't believe it.
It's fine. My fault for not checking your spice tolerance first. Oh, looks like this pure yang spirit isn't such a great thing to have after all.
Actually, before I drank it, I very much doubted what you said about your drinks.
Who'd have thought it? Diona and Changyun are actually kind of similar. Xiao? What's wrong?
Look over there.
You mean the leaf?
Something's written on it.
What? You can see that from over here? Oh yeah, or it'll get swept away.
There's a poem written on it.
The Paimon Sea! It sounds like the author is writing about the first time they met their true...
Although the following lines suggest that they didn't end up together.
Why write a poem on a fallen leaf? The flowing waters are ruthless. They carry the leaves away with the current. It makes no sense to me.
That's true. I've heard Xingqiu say something similar before. When there's things that you're unable to say, or just never had the chance to say before it was too late.
Is it kind of like wishing at a fountain? I used to do that sometimes when I was little. So, that means that our mystery poet was probably hoping that someone... You think? Then, should we write a poem in reply?
But we don't know who wrote it. How can we reply?
Why not go upstream?
Upstream? Why?
The ink looks fresh. It can't have been written too long. This withered leaf floated down with the current. If we travel further...
Cool! Aw, this is so... But how do we make sure that they'll receive it?
We can write extra copies and drop the leaves in different places. As they say, where there's a will...
Either way, it's our only option.
Then let's make like a tree and head up...
Time to go.
Upstream, upstream, up we go! Oh, did you think of what to write yet? Ooh, great!
Things you never had the chance to say before it was too late. When I have little talent for...
The leaf's in the water! Look, it's like a little boat! Merrily, merrily...
We should probably pick up the pace. We still have a few more leaves to set afloat.
Okay, let's go! Uh-huh. What's this? You two having a private chat?
No, it's nothing. I just hope this isn't all in vain.
The scenery here is quite beautiful. Should we set up camp? Oh, please wait a moment. I'll pitch the tent.
It's an inspiration walk. There's no need.
Okay. Well, I'll conduct reconnaissance nearby to ensure this area is safe and see if I can't scavenge.
Wait, reconnaissance?
It means survey the environment and plan our route forward. It's the foundation of all operations while out.
Are all inspiration walks in Mondstadt this complicated? They're acting like this is completely normal. Am I the weirdo here? In that case, I'll conduct reconnaissance with Mika.
Huh? Crumbs. Now I have to try and...
Very well. Then leave the camp...
So, Singcho, do you, go on inspiration walks often?
I do. I always get bored when I'm cooped up at home, so I head out for a stroll. Life gets busy. You have to steal a moment of leisure when you can.
Cool. Oh! Over there! Firewood! Yeah! Final warning!
No, my sword! Get rain cutter!
Leave the wounded to me!
Body and mind.
With this wood and the food I brought along, we can definitely put...
You've got quite a knack at wilderness survival. I'll give you that.
Thanks. I was on an expedition with the Grandmaster of the Night...
Oh? You sound like a character from an adventure novel, charging across...
What? No, I'm nowhere near as amazing as all that. If I really run into a powerful enemy, I always...
You're too modest, Mika. A hero is measured not by the blood on his sword, but by what's... As long as a righteous heart that yearns to aid others beats within your chest, no matter where you go or what you have achieved, you may be called a hero.
That all sounded pretty profound.
Hello? Are you okay?
Sure.
Body and mind. Time to act.
You're back! Did everything go smoothly? Do you need a cloth to wipe?
No need, thanks. All clear. Noelle, your cooking is
Truly astounding. I never imagined it was possible to...
Really? Then what do you usually eat when you're out on an inspiration walk?
Oh, well, since I usually sneak out from home, I just grab some dried snacks to take with me. Add in whatever fruit I pick along the way, and that's my...
By sneaking out, you mean...
That's right. Or sometimes I'll tell a cover story like, I'm going out to take care of business.
But if you get caught, won't you get disciplined?
So just don't get caught.
Anyway, did anything interesting come up while you were out scouting?
Well, Xingqiu and I talked about what it means to be a hero. Now that I think about it, by Xingqiu's definition, you...
Huh? Me?
You're always happy to help everyone in the Knights of Favonius. Not only that, but whenever we're out training... Oh, remember that time when a giant boulder was blocking the road?
Oh? Sounds like she has both a heroic spirit and...
Don't. Oh, please don't praise me like that. We should talk about what we came here to do. Finding inspiration.
Miss Hu Tao said something about pocketing our poetic thoughts.
You can write about anything. Looking at Cor Lapis, one can't help but wonder if one's own heart is as bright and clear as...
So we have to connect our internal world with the external one?
Exactly. But that's just one of many possible methods. Perhaps you might gaze out at the bridge in the distance and see a woman leaning on the railing, looking as if her heart is laden...
Huh? Wait! I saw her at the gala yesterday. Why don't we go say hi?
Hello, ma'am. How fortuitous it is that we meet again.
Hello. Are you here on your inspiration
Yes. Allow me to introduce ourselves.
I thank you for accepting our answer to your riddle yesterday. Oh, don't mention it. It's all in good fun. I'm Kelly Roe.
So, Miss Kelly-Roe, are you...
That's right. I was traveling in the area and just happened to see there was a poetry event being held at Stone Gate.
Your riddle yesterday made quite an impression on me. It was uniquely evocative. Have you studied Liyue poetry before?
I haven't, actually. I've just picked up a few things here and there from chatting with people throughout my travels. Amazing! So you're a natural poet.
We noticed you standing on the bridge from quite some distance away. Are you drawing poetic inspiration?
I haven't finished my poem yet. The water here was just so peaceful and calm.
Well, since we're all here, why not head back with us to the
Huh? Are you sure?
We can walk and talk. Perhaps the mingling of ideas will give rise to new inspiration.
I'd personally like to hear Miss Callie Roe's couplet. I'm sure... Well, if you're...
The first team is back. Right.
Huh? The others have yet to return?
Come on! Let's hurry!
Just how far did you all go?
Everyone catch your breath. Come on, deep breaths. One.
We made it! Oh, Paimon gets tired if she has to fly too fast. Oh, not to mention dropping all those leaves. Paimon's hands are cramping up. Sounds like someone needs to exercise more. Huh? You guys picked up a new teammate while you were...
Indeed. This is Kelly Rowe. I believe you'll remember her from yesterday, though you weren't introduced.
Hi, everyone. Hello, but you're not the only ones who's called in reinforcements. Wait. Xiao? Xiao, come on out!
Now that we've all regrouped, let's...
They say roosters crow at first light, and finches go to bed at night.
Are the theatrics really necessary? We're already on day 2 of the festival.
But my dear, dear Paimon, it seems you are not yet aware. That was not for my own sake.
Director Hu's manner is as exuberant as ever.
Oh, boy! Now this is a surprise.
Mr. Zhongli, I hope you are well.
Xingqiu, what can you tell me about Mr. Zhongli?
Yes, he's held in very high regard in Liyue Harbor. He's extremely erudite in many...
Allow me to introduce you all to Zhang Li, a consultant at the Wangsheng. His expertise is limitless, stretching from the celestial orbs to the terrestrial ores, spanning modern and ancient culture. He may be my subordinate, but he is certainly a qualified poetry expert. And so, we have...
The director exaggerates. I am but vaguely acquainted with a few lines of classical poetry. Should you consider me to be
Yeah, enough with the modesty already. If I didn't know better, I'd say you seemed nervous.
Please rest assured that I shall rise to the occasion, Director.
Let me do a quick count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great.
Huh? Are you counting me too? Okay, fine. But consider this a...
With our Fontaine friend present, perhaps we should rename this event to the Three Nations Also, I'm just noticing that Paimon should only count as a half teammate at most. That kind of puts... Well, how about this? I'll join in as well. Director Hu Tao.
Naturally, the more the merrier. Being the...
Then it's settled. Everyone else in the audience...
What about me? Shall I keep track of the score?
No need for that. The teams are just a formality. We're all friends here, and this isn't intended...
I concur, Director. Moreover, it would be disingenuous to impose upon our friends from Mondstadt and Fontaine, since this is a congenial poetry gala. Should we not begin with inspiration and finish with friendly
That's a relief. I was so nervous about this.
Couldn't have asked for a better judge. Zhang Li said everything I was supposed to say, only far more eloquently. So, without further ado, I shall pass the...
No problem. Friends old and new, put on your thinking caps and take a deep breath of fresh air. The second stage of our poetry gala will now commence. Matching couplets.
Perhaps I could break the ice with a humble contribution to inspire others to share their... Please listen to the first line in the couplet. Lounging in luxury inside a Shinue kiosk booth, delighting in countless contemporary tastes.
What? He managed to think of one of...
Shinue Kiosk. Should that be paired with Lily Pavilion? Or are they too
Shinue Kiosk. Contemporary tastes? I guess I should pair them... Okay, I got something. Surrounded by history, outside a Tianheng Pass Pavilion. As...
Wow! Taoyuan completed the couplet!
Shinue Kiosk is a renowned modern restaurant, while the mountain pass of Tianheng is a prominent historical landmark. The imagery also contrasts rather well between the two halves of the couplet. one half describing a leisurely and comfortable indoor scene. The other...
Huh? I was just describing what I experienced that day. All right then. I guess I'll start the next couplet. Mind pines for Mingyun, flesh confined to Chingsa, spirit striding high on Zhuyun's clouds.
Oh, Chongyun, you dark horse.
This conjures the image of one with lofty aspirations, whose life is limited to a small town, but who awaits the opportunity to...
Oh! Soul shines like jade stone, dressed in finest silkware. Lucent heart still beats within me now.
Wow, how did Noelle do that?
A superb line. It employs the metaphor of precious stone to describe one of noble and moral character, with a pure and clear heart.
That was a commendable couplet.
All thanks to your guidance while we were out on our inspiration walk. I'd like to start the next couplet. Up into the misty karst, down among the grassy marsh, all for lotus seed and bird eggs.
Lotus seed and bird egg soup? What is it, Diona? Did you think of a second line for the cup? No. Everyone's poems are so complicated. But when I heard lotus seed and bird egg soup, it made me think of berry...
North beyond the Starfell Lake, south across the windswept plains, just for berries squeezed and mint infused.
No wonder everyone praises the traveler so highly. You answered so quickly.
Both halves of this couplet require intimate knowledge of the terrain in question and the local plants that may be found there. The two of you are clearly both seasoned travelers.
Does this mean I helped? Meowza!
Hey now, Zhongli, don't just praise everything you hear. You should question and press them a bit. Don't worry about upsetting anyone. After all, I'm here to take the heat.
Then allow me to try another. Qingxin has no heart. Still, it soothes the human heart.
Is she talking about the medicinal effects of Qingshin?
Sweet dream is no dream, yet it nurtures people's dreams.
Sweet dream.
Since the suitability of the match has been queried, I shall act according to the...
Oh, you mean eating a delicious dessert before bed will make...
Then I agree. The two halves of the couplet match.
Points for me, points for thee. This judge gives out points for free. But if you ask me, everyone's being a little too conventional so far.
Oh? In that case, why don't you fit round moon in the heavens, full moon at night, celebrate with circle of friends?
Oh, square meals in the basement. Big bowls of rice, decorate with cuboids of meat.
Huh? What the?
Ah, we have ourselves a pedant's couplet. The two halves have no thematic connection, yet each word has its perfect parallel, meaning the two halves do form a cohesive whole.
Blah, 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 blah. So verbose. Zhongli, just tell me if I got a point or not.
Of course you did. I presumed it went without saying.
Ahem. Through Cheongji, I walked 100 miles. At Guili, I ended my march. In Dihua, the silver grass grows in two styles, but
From vendors, I bought some 15 steaks. At dinner, I sizzled the lot. At pressure, the tenderloin cooks in 2 ticks, but 15 won't fit in the pot.
huh?
So that's a pedant's couplet. Paimon thinks she can do that too. I thought of one. Wolf hooks can't hook Baron Bunny. Aw, that's a cute couplet.
Sweet flowers can't outsweet Sister Barbara.
Huh? Now that's the passion we like to see.
In that case, whopper flowers can't whop Jumpy Dumpty.
Oh, this Mondstadter's got talent.
I'm so relieved I at least managed to get one.
Nestling by a roaring fire, scent of tea wafts from the stove, reading through the heart of clear springs.
Wow, Noelle came up with another one. Come on, match the couplet. Paimon knows you can do it. Do you really think Paimon has what it takes? Fine, Paimon will give it a whirl. Nestling by a roaring fire, scent of tea wafts. Seething in the pouring rain, sword of pain swipes at my foe. Beating... What? Really?
Yes, very good. The image of challenging powerful foes in the harshest of conditions seemed to manifest before my eyes, and it was perfectly
Really? Maybe Paimon has a knack for this after all.
It appears that my services as a judge are no longer needed.
Paimon's so happy! Paimon managed to match a bunch of couplets at the end. You did it!
I really enjoyed myself too. Oh, I never knew.
You were amazing today, Noelle. You did so many couplets. Paimon especially liked your one about reading Heart of Clear Springs. Paimon...
Miss Kelly Roy, are you okay? You look like you're getting...
Don't worry, I'm fine. Although, I do have a question I'd like to... Have all of you read Heart of Clear Springs?
I haven't actually read it.
My dad told me the story once. It's about a spring fairy and a young boy. Oh, yes. The story of a spring fairy who left her homeland and met up. The boy poured out his heart to her, and she listened to his stories. Over time, the boy grew up and began to develop feelings for the spring fairy. I don't know if Diona's father mentioned the part about the kiss to her.
In the end, the spring fairy left the boy and was never heard from again.
Ah, yes, that's it. Many years went by, and the boy became an old man, but he never stopped believing that the fairy was real and not just a dream.
Sounds like a tragic tale.
So, what do you guys think of the spring?
I'm sure she made her decision with the best of intentions, but the boy couldn't hope to understand why she left. It's a shame.
Well, do you think she should go back and see that boy again? If she ever had another chance?
Now? But isn't he an old man by the end of the story?
Isn't it a bit late? What if it just led to more regrets? Oh, sorry. Oh,
If Paimon was that boy... Actually, Paimon would definitely want to see the spring fairy again.
I see.
Oh? Looks like the party's still going strong over here. Are you coming up with more couplets? Need my help?
Stick to hosting, Tone Deaf Bard. If you get involved, you'll only match every couplet yourself and not leave any for the rest of us.
I never knew you had such a high opinion of my abilities, Paimon. But the couplet games are all over now. Tomorrow's theme is freestyle poetry.
do we have to share our own poems with everyone?
That's right. If you're not feeling confident, don't worry. It's never too late to register for Venti's Poetry Cram class.
I'll sign up.
Oh, me too.
Hold on there, Buster. Before you start peddling your classes, just how much freedom is there with this freestyle poetry?
It's as free as the winds that blow. And there's nothing freer. There are no limits to genre, form, content, or anything else. Just give it a try. There's no better chance to express your innermost thoughts.
Whoa, that's almost too much freedom. Paimon can't decide which way to go. Will you come too, Kelly Roy? Paimon wants to see what you write.
Oh, yes. I'll be there.
Ugh, my nose is starting to itch again. All right, I shall leave you to privately ponder your poems and bid you all good night. See you tomorrow.